hey, what's going on, everybody out there? This is Acadian Azra with Knights of the Round Table Gaming. And today we're going to just basically have an open conversation. Here with me in the studio today, we have Kosh. What's up, Kosh?
Not much. How you doing?
Pretty good. And we've got Rose Kitty. What's up, Rose?
Not too much, just enjoying the day.
Good deal. And there's been a lot of talk lately with Blizzard games ending up on Switch. I think is where they're ending up at. I think Diablo 3's there, correct?
Yep, Diablo 3's been out for a while, and just today I saw on the news feed that Overwatch is going to be up on the Switch too, and it just kind of made me chuckle, the fact that we're getting so many ports, because the way they were doing it, the Twitch kind of moves with your hand movements, and so they were showing that you could do targeting with your guns or your weapons by tilting your Switch, and just seeing it made me chuckle, because I'm like, okay, if we've got Overwatch and Diablo, at this point all we need is StarCraft Heroes and WoW.
Well, you can't forget about Hearthstone also.
Yeah, but that one's already on the mobile phone. I mean, at this point, it's like, wow, is Blizzard trying to get the gamers to go out and see sunlight? Don't get me wrong, I'm right there with, it's like, no, but it's okay, I have the technology, I just need, I go on a trip anywhere, I've got at least 6 lithium batteries on me at any given point, so I get the whole being around your electronics thing, but just, it kind of makes you chuckle to think about the fact that we all used to be considered, the South Park stereotype shut-in, and now it's like, we can still keep playing our favorite games and go to a park. Huzzah!
Well, what about the, this is off topic, but like Minecraft, they're doing what's called Minecraft real life or something like that, and it's a mobile game. And basically, you go out in the world and everything, like when you look through your phone or your VR glasses or whatever, you can be able to see everything around you, but you also see like Minecraft, and you can build it on like it full size, or you can build it miniature and look down at it on a tabletop. And what if Blizzard were to do the same thing with pet battles? Think about that one.
Ooh, that would be
They
awesome.
stole the whole idea of pet battles from which game? Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
And so if they were to do that with WoW pet battles, it would be Pokemon Go, but not Pokemon Go. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well, and I mean, with that, WoW, you can throw in the add-ons, and I seriously did put in an add-on that would let me play the music from Pokemon Red and Blue whenever I did a pet battle. So, it's kind of fun to just lampoon the idea and have some fun with it. But the idea of being able to interact with both virtual and physical simultaneously, I got mixed feelings about it. What about you guys?
Yeah, I personally, I disagree with the whole, what, you guys don't have, cell phones kind of attitude that Blizzard has. I totally disagree with that. And it just frustrates me so badly, because what's the point of spending $1,000 on a gaming system if they're going to say something like, well, what, you don't have a mobile phone? Well, what's the point of having this badass gaming computer that costed $1,000 or more if you're just going to make game expansions that I've been playing for PC for 5 years for mobile phone? What's the point of having the computer?
Well, they did get booed off the stage when they said that.
Yeah, but then they doubled down via Twitter and Also, right then and there, they doubled down on it.
And like, I did like that they showed a little hint of Diablo 4 that out there in the wonderful hidden, But I almost wonder if one they weren't aiming for with the mobile phone is one to reach a wider group of people because you want to try and get it to as many people as possible with your product, but also the idea of actually social interaction because I think in a lot of ways as useful as technology is, as wonderful as it is, it is kind of a two-edged sword. And I think in a lot of ways, making games that can do something like the Switch or something more mobile than just a tower can kind of give people the interaction and the ability to have fun and still enjoy human physical contact, the sharing a beer with somebody. Because, I mean, for me, sorry, from my stance on it, as much as I love playing a game online with friends, a LAN party can be a lot more fun, Though that's probably really dating me on my ages and having a classic WoW LAN party.
I'd love to be able to get together with people to do these games eventually.
I mean, do you guys ever do LAN parties and things like that where you just, everybody comes over, y'all log into the same game, play whatever. I used to do it with Might Magic when I was in high school and things like that. And, you can throw crap at each other. You can laugh. You can just enjoy the friendship without having to worry about, a mic cutting out or internet going down or things like that. You can still kind of just have some fun. Or am I just kind of holding on to old ideas there?
Hey, I used to love LAN parties. I haven't been to one or had one since like 1990. But yeah, or well, since the 90s. I think World of Warcraft kind of moved me away from that.
Yeah, and part of me wonders if that's not what Blizzard is trying to kind of undo here, or Blizzard Activision, is the idea of bringing people back together. Because, growing up only child, single-player games, you can find them everywhere if you want to play them. But sometimes you just want the fun of laughing and joking around with friends. And I think Blizzard and Activision are starting to realize, maybe if they do take their games to actually having people interact again. Because, I mean, look at Pokemon Go. You can go to a park when there's a, raid Pokemon out, and you will have, or at least what I've seen out in Vegas, you'll see 5, 6 different generations of people all interacting. Grandparents playing with their great grandkids, and the one or two that know all the Pokemon off the top of their head, and the rest of them that okay, what are we doing? Yay, we'll have some fun, and a couple that are just some kind of leaning my line of it's adorable. I don't care what its stats are. I just want to cuddle one. And so seeing that kind of group interaction again is kind of nice to see, at least to me.
Actually, I can agree with that.
Same here.
Especially when we have such factionalism and such divide, it's nice just to see people coming together and, we're not fighting about this, we're not fighting about that, we're just going, yay, let's do something fun. Why not? Because that's what kills me lately is it feels like whenever you look around at society lately, we've kind of killed the idea of fun.
Pretty much. Hey, Kosh, quick question. What's your thoughts on LAN parties?
It's been a while, but I remember liking them a lot. Get together with friends and then either play games or go out together on something.
You know, the last game I did a LAN party with was Diablo 3 or Diablo 2. Sorry.
What was your last LAN party, Gosh?
One of the Final Fantasy games for a console. I can't remember which one though.
Fun. I think my last one was either Heroes. No, the last time I did a LAN party, it was hanging out with a bunch of friends around the college years, and we all brought our laptops over to the same room and decided to do a raid together. I think we were either doing a Lich King raid or a BC one, but we're all sitting there just absolutely tapping the bandwidth and just throwing crap at each other, especially the hunter with the catapult. But you know, it's I honestly wonder if that's not what they're doing, because you know, bringing something like Diablo or Overwatch to the Switch, you can do a LAN party and you don't have the always fun fight of screen peekers.
And you can
Yeah.
go just about anywhere with it too.
So I don't know about you guys. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
With us all being WoW players, how many of y'all remember waiting outside of GameStop to buy either Vanilla, Burning Crusade, or Wrath of the Lich King?
Oh yeah, I still actually have the discs, the upload discs for Vanilla and BC.
Yeah, so do I.
I got the discs for Burning Crusade through Mr. Pandaria.
Nice.
There you go. I'm just
Well,
waiting.
in the news today, there's an article that's talking about GameStop closing 180 to 200 locations. My thoughts on this are, if they wouldn't have got out of selling PC gaming, uh, games and accessories, they probably wouldn't be having to do that.
True, and it doesn't really help their case. You know, you can get the same game on Amazon or Steam for $20 cheaper.
Yeah, but you used to be able to sell GameStop all of your PC games. They would buy them, no problem. Now they don't want anything to do with them. Walmart doesn't even sell PC games anymore. Some locations don't even carry games anymore at Walmart's.
And I think part of that really is just because, you know, with everything going digital, every console out there now can hook to the internet. So why go to this place or that place when you can just download the game directly from the manufacturer and you don't have to deal with the markup of GameStop or anybody else? You can just,
I personally, I disagree, because I remember when we'd get a hard copy of the game, not just a download. It's different. When you actually get a disc, it just something about having that hard copy of it, and for a fact you own the game.
oh, I agree with you completely. I was just more thinking the fact that, like, okay, the new Pokemon Sword and Shield, because I am one of those people that grew up with it, you know, it's $60 coming out in November, but I can get the exact same game off of Amazon for $8 cheaper than GameStop, and even cheaper if I go directly from. Because even if I get the physical copy from Amazon or from them, I can get it cheaper than GameStop.
Yeah, I guess
And
I'm just old school. I use Amazon and Steam and the Microsoft Store. I use all those for games. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do a little shout out here real quick. If you're a Windows user and you've got Windows 10, for $1 for the first month and $5 every other month, you can get access to over 100 games through the Microsoft Store using the Xbox Beta Pass for PC or the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which is like $3 for the first month and 15 afterwards, but it'll give you access to over 100 games for PC plus a Xbox Game Pass that's good for like a year or something. I'm not really sure how long the Xbox Pass is for, but yeah, it's a good deal. So go over and check it out. Uh, and that was totally unsolicited. I'm not being paid for saying that. Just throwing it out there.
And I think that actually goes to why the other places like it. Because don't get me wrong, when GameStop does the promotional things, because I got Let's Go Eevee through GameStop because I wanted the little map. Same thing with Super Smash Brothers, because the tchotchke that comes with it is cute and adorable and fun. It's just the fact that sometimes a game's $60-$70. If you want to get that game but you don't want to pay an arm and a leg for it, sometimes you just go for the better deal. And I think that's part of why GameStop would be having a hard time too, and potentially customer service. But it's this it's the markup that I think gets me, at least, because there are some amazing games out there. But like, okay, the Spyro game that came out, the redo of all the Spyros, I got that for the Switch at GameStop. They wanted 58 for it. I got it on Amazon Prime for 34. So that kind of dramatic difference, it's, as much as I love GameStop, because, I grew up when the company did, back when you could rent games from Blockbuster and Hollywood Video and stuff like that, it was nice to have a gamer's mecca, for lack of a better expression, when it comes to GameStop. It's just that, the markup is a little expensive.
And it is a bit expensive. I totally agree. I totally get that. But how many memories do you have for waiting outside for a certain game to come out in a line with 30 other people that you don't know, and you're all of you are connected by one thing?
Oh, absolutely.
Y'all can sit there and just talk about that one thing for however long your wait is.
Oh yeah, we did it with Let's Go Eevee, actually, when it came out. So I totally get it. If they could find a way to offset the cost just a little, because the memories are amazing, and that's almost worth the extra cost in a lot of ways.
Exactly. And because their cost is too high, and they're getting away from PC gaming and accessories and all that good stuff. Where does that leave PC gamers that want a hard copy? You can't get them anywhere. Nobody wants them. Nobody wants to sell them. And I can just about guarantee that there's a lot of people out there that would prefer a hard copy to a Steam key.
Yeah, I mean, I've probably got like 800 games through Steam, so I totally get it. You're just like, it would be nice, especially if Steam goes sideways or belly up or anything. You're just like, okay, but do I still own the game if you guys fail? Just that question there.
Exactly. And games like Diablo 2, I've got the hard copy for them. And, you know,
Yes, a physical copy is a guarantee that you do, in fact, have the game. And it can't disappear on you.
Whereas a digital key guarantees it only as long as that company has their website up. And they're none of the companies out there are willing to give that guarantee anymore. And I see that as a big middle finger to gamers worldwide. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but it looks that way. Could you imagine if your dealership were to pull that with a car? Or, if Samsung were to do that with TVs? You
I would
know, it would be lawsuit after lawsuit on that. And everybody's just okay with getting just a digital copy. I, I just don't understand that whole mindset.
For some of the games out there, I do wish I could get like a physical copy. For a lot of my games, I wish I could get a physical copy. I just wish they would do it through a Blu-ray instead of a CD, because World of Warcraft, the vanilla version, it was 6 CDs and BC was 4. After a while, that does take up a fair amount of room, just from personal experience, because I've got
Oh
8.5 drawers worth of discs of the old games, Mist rather, a couple other ones. But if they could do it on a Blu-ray so they can save space, that would be nice. Because I don't know, I'm probably barking up the wrong tree here, but just as an example, the Lord of the Rings Extended Edition. On DVD, it's 5 or 6 discs. On Blu-ray, it's basically the size of a Bible for the DVD version. The Blu-ray is 4 discs, and the entire movie's on 2 of them. So, you've got 2 extra discs of commentary, and it takes up an 18th of the space that the DVD version does. So if they could do it to Blu-ray discs, that would be so nice to get so much more interesting going back to physical copies. Because it's just about the space ratios.
And with the commentary before the game, they could actually even make it documentary style, like in the making of this game. How cool would that be? I mean, look at the Looking for Group thing that Blizzard did, that told the whole story of WoW. That documentary, I think that the filmmaker actually won awards for that one.
Oh, I believe it. And that's the thing, people do like to see how the sausage is made, for, idiomatic phrasing. And I think if they were to do that and let people see, what came together to make, say, Stick of Truth or Fractured But Whole, or, even the Tomb Raider games, it would be nice if only just to realize that, because how often do we see glitches in the game or things like that? We don't really think about the fact that the game industry is just like any other. Sometimes things go sideways really fast. And so, it would be nice just to see the game director, even before the game, it's like, or could you imagine if a Bethesda game came out and said, look, we know things are glitchy, we know there's clipping, we know it just deal with it, take a shot. Well, here are the rules for a drinking game, have fun. Just something to recognize that they actually do hear the community, as much as getting to show the fact that they love the games they create as much as we do. Because just to me, seeing the fact that they love the games as much as we do kind of makes it easier to give them a pass when there are certain bugs. Vanilla was staggeringly buggy, but there was so much love in it that you were just kind of like, okay, it's a bug, who cares? It was, at least for me. How about you guys?
I totally agree with you. Kosh, where do you stand on that?
I also agree.
Kosh, 30 seconds of any topic. Go.
Hearthstone, the last 2 expansions, they're coming together in the solo adventure. Rise of Shadows, bad guys took over Dalaran and is taking it to O'Doom. And
elaborate on both of those.
Rise of Shadows, 5 villains that they from various previous expansions came together to form what's called the League of Evil. And they launched an attack on Dalaran to take over. In the solo adventure, you ultimately end up taking the city, and they take off to Oldum, where 4 heroes from the Explorers League of Explorers are fighting them.
Sounds fun. What are your personal thoughts about that?
I'm looking forward to see what happens next, because the only thing so far where we stand, the League came together and took down a few bad guys.
Sounds fun.
I play Magic the Gathering and have since like Gen 1. So Hearthstone never fully appealed to me. The way you're describing it, I may start playing it just because it sounds like the best form of cheese. Like, just the absolute best. Like, up there with 60s Justice League cheese or Adam West Batman. That just sounds hysterical.
I'm loving it.
If you're looking for a good cheesy game, Kingdom Come Deliverance. It's got some of the cheesiest quests that I've ever done in any game. Some of the quests are even cheesier than some of the worst quests in WoW.
See, and at that point, I would love just to, meanwhile, at the Hall of Super. Because then that's the thing, games like that, if they're willing to recognize what they are and just play with it, it makes them even better. Because, I know I'll probably get a lot of hate for this, but Magic the Gathering is a better card game. But if it's cheesy, I can enjoy that so much more.
I'll give you an example. One of the quests on there that it's one of the side quests. It's not part of the main storyline. You meet this monk, and you take him to a tavern, and it's all set in Bohemia during the 1400s. It's like 1403 is the start date for the game. And so you take him to the tavern and just get him drunk, right? And the next morning, on the Sunday morning, he's too drunk to even stand up, let alone do the Sunday morning sermon. And so he comes out and asks you to do it for him. And so you go out there, and it gives you a set of options. And one of the options, the one that you've got to do, uh, is basically to you've got to start dogging on all of the other clergy in the rest of the country for having bad habits like fornication and debauchery and being a drunkard. And your character's sitting up there almost falling down drunk, and basically you convince his whole congregation that all the other clergy members in the entire country are just horrible people except for him, you know and it gets really cheesy. It's pretty funny.
Definitely sounds interesting.
And there's other scenes in it that are just as over the top cheesy. It's a pretty hardcore game, though. I really am enjoying it.
There you go. And I love playing the games that just kind of lampoon and have fun, because, life can take itself way too seriously, and I mean that exactly as I say it, because as a society on the whole, we all tend to treat the rat race as the end all be all, and we tend to forget this. Like, guys, you ever just thought, and I'm not saying being hedonistic, but why not just go have a little bit of fun, go laugh, go joke about the fact that we all make stupid decisions. It's part of what it is to be human, you know.
Yep. To err is to human.
I just like that. To me, if they could just add in all the lampoon silliness toward things, it's fun, Like and I know I reference Fractured Butthole or the other South Park games a lot, but I like that kind of multi-layered lampooning. I know I said that expression a lot, pardon me, but just like there's a class in Fractured Butthole where you can play as an assassin, and your ultimate is a parody of the Leap of Faith drop off of what are these called? Assassin's
Hang
Creed.
on 1 second. Hey, do me a favor. Not do me a favor. Rose and Kosh, we're going to go ahead and cut it short here, and we'll pick up exactly where we left off in the very next episode, guys. We're out of time. So thank you so much for joining in, and we'll pick up this conversation right where we left off. Once again, I'm Acadian Azeroth. You can find me at Nerd Life Gaming. We also have Rose Kitty here. Rose, what's your Twitch or YouTube, whichever you're on?
I am on YouTube with my music, Rose Kitty, and then the pie icon.
Very nice. And Kosh, what is your? Are you on any social media like YouTube or Twitch?
No, unfortunately, I'm not.
Oh, okay. Well, everybody, that's Kosh and Rose Kitty. Thank y'all so much for listening. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And also, after subscribing, make sure to hit that bell icon to get all of our latest stuff before everybody else. You'll get the notification for it. And thank you for listening, and have a great day.
Bye.
See ya.